Hello everyone out there in TV land. This is Atma76X with a new video for you. So let's get into it. Well, if you have not yet noticed, I have invested my well-earned money into getting a new microphone to better record some audio for you. uh, and this led me to a new method for recording myself doing my lifts. Here I'm doing some back squats. And I guess what I would like to say for the topic of the day is that this is my new game. And what do I mean by that? So, a game, you know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you would know, as I've said before, I mean, I used to primarily be a gaming channel. And again, not that I'm moving completely away from gaming. I love gaming. Will always be a gamer. But for the time being, this is my new game. And that is building my character, which is what you do in a game, typically. Or any game. You're tracking stats. And right here, I'm tracking my stats very meticulously. I know exactly what my numbers are. Not off the top of my head, but I know what my numbers are. I've recorded them in my notes. And doing what's called progressive overload. So, I guess to build my character, I'm going to track these stats and watch these numbers go up and level up as I can. And believe me, you can feel when you level up, fellas. It feels awesome. Like, it kind of looks like I'm leveling up here, because I'm going from, like, green to yellow to blue to red. So, this is where I'm at right now with my squats. I am building the foundation with my squats, because I have not squatted since high school. So, let me give you a little backstory here. If you're new, if you've been around for a while, you may have noticed before in my earlier videos I was quite huskier. That is by design, because it led me here to doing a fitness gaming channel with swords involved. I'm all over the place, aren't I? Let's recalibrate. So, a little backstory on me. As I've said, I've always gamed. I've always been a serious gamer. I, grew up playing PlayStation all summer, but I was also very active. Like, I would go and play in the woods, or like I was outside all the time, building forts and stuff like that. And then when I got to high school, I played football, and again, I would have been a better football player had I played less games, or I would have been a better gamer if I played less football. Either way, I fell somewhere in the middle. And then, of course, I went through all of high school, played games, played sports, and I've always been involved in martial arts in some way or another. I've done Jeet Kune Do, I've done a little bit of Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and right now, I guess, the only thing I can afford to do is swing my sword around, so I guess Kima now. It's the only martial art I have, aside from, like, shadow boxing or some shit like that. But, I mean, so I got married and had children, and I've noticed, I started getting a little bit heavier, and, like I said in the last video, when I started swinging that sword around, it felt heavier. These are Romanian deadlifts. Slightly different than regular deadlift. It's kind of weird, but instead of going down from up, you're going up to down. So you're focusing on a hip hinge here. It's supposed to like really strengthen your back and your what do they call the posterior chain. So that's why we're doing this exercise. Anyway, at the beginning of the year, like I said, I got a gym membership again, and this had been the first time I've been able to do any kind of weight room activity really since before me and my wife had kids, and before that it was even a long time before that. I mean, I have some free weights here at my house, like I have two 25-pounders, and I can always do push-ups and sit-ups and all that stuff. But having access to the weight room is so much better, and this place is a really good facility. It's a Crunch Fitness. It's better than the Planet Fitness that me and my wife used to exercise at, for my own personal preferences. But anyway, so I've been familiar with the weight room atmosphere since high school, and I know that a lot of my viewers, I would assume, probably weren't big gym enthusiasts, so I think I can help share my experience and hopefully, relate some of this to you guys if you may be nervous. I guess that's where it's kind of interesting for me. From like going to a Planet Fitness to this kind of place, as I've noticed that there's a lot of how do I put this? Like a perception of judgment or something like that. These are called power cleans. So you're going all the way down, jump, catch it. Yeah. I mean, and believe me, this is not. I mean, obviously you can tell by looking how skinny the weights are. This is not a lot of weight. I am strictly just trying to build my foundation. Because when I was in high school, all I focused on was bench. And I was able to bench over 300 pounds. But that was in high school. And, I was able to exceed that maybe 10 or 12 years ago. I can't even remember at this point. So I know I have the capability of a lot of strength, but I haven't really pushed myself in a long time. And I was neglecting a lot of these lower body exercises. But they are important to do if you want to be athletic. I mean, these are all exercises that athletes do for a good reason. They are compound movements, and they help strengthen the entire body all at once. So that is how I focus my my program. And I think I do have a pretty good set program. Like, I'm really gaming the system now. So when I started going in early January, I was just doing the basic stuff that I knew. And I think my first two recordings were I was doing bench into deadlift, and then I was trying to do I was just trying to do too much, and then going bench into deadlift into like another like maybe some sort of barbell curl of some sort. I just was kind of going all over the place. So then I started using, Chat GPT and Grok to really help give myself a good program and diet, like try and cut while getting stronger at the same time. And I really do think I finally am starting to get this dialed in pretty nicely. And decided to start going early in the morning, because I am a father and husband, and so I want to try and spend as much time with my family as I can. So now I cut my nights a little bit early and leave really early in the morning. So I wake up an hour before I head to the gym. And luckily the gym isn't that far from my house. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is me being a gamer, an office worker, all that kind of stuff. I know that a lot of my brethren don't necessarily have the same experience, and so therefore, when I was at a Planet Fitness, and even this place kind of has some of this judgment-free zone sort of like. I guess the point I'm trying to make is like I see that people may feel a bit anxious going into an environment like this when they really don't have to. But I can understand why it might be a little hard to get into a gym at first, especially if you're not used to it. And it's funny because, playing football, this was expected, so it was just kind of like normal. This is a push press. So the idea is to eventually do a full power clean push press all in one go. So right now I'm just building up to that. And again, these are all compound movements, and basically you're using your whole body, and it's really strengthening your spine and that whole, it's giving you real world strength. Because the part of the reason why I started going back to the gym is because I wanted to get back into jiu-jitsu, and I noticed how easy it was, or how much easier it felt when I was going to the gym and doing jiu-jitsu at the same time. But I haven't been able to do jiu-jitsu in a while, so having the kids and kind of cuts into that kind of time and money to do something like that. So ideally I can build myself back up before I go back in, because gym membership's a hell of a lot cheaper than a jiu-jitsu membership, I can tell you that much. And honestly, you need to be able to back yourself up. I remember there was this one guy there. His name was Chad, and he was a cop, or he is a cop, and right here, I'm doing this incorrectly. This is another good reason why recording yourself is good, because the problem I'm doing here, I'm not supposed to be pulling up with my elbows. I'm only supposed to be shrugging. Okay, so this is good. Now I know next time not to bend at my elbows, because what I'm doing here is like a shrug. It's like this is called a clean pull, and I'm like doing a clean pull row almost here. What's this? Front squats. Okay. Like I said, this is all trying to build up to the one big motion where I do a power clean push into a push press. Which are these I didn't do in high school. I would have been a much better football player had I spent more time in the weight room and spending more time studying plays instead of playing Halo 2. But it is what it is. I still did quite fine. And honestly, if I could go back, I would also have done wrestling. So anyway, this weight that I'm doing here isn't necessarily impressive by any means. It's just, like I said, I'm building my form, building the right technique, because that's part of the problem too. When I was doing squats back in the day, I just wasn't doing them right, but now it's just so easy because you have your phone. You can just look up how to do any of these exercises just in a matter of seconds. I just like type in, how do I do a front squat? There you go. Boom. Figured it out. So, but anyway, I guess my new game being tracking my stats, progressing, and getting better at making these videos now. Because like I said, it's a bit of a learning curve. And here are some of my shots at the end of my progress. I've never looked like this before. Like, dude, like it almost looks like like, this is serious armor. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will be back again shortly. Till then, see you guys around. Bye.